Help me, Lord. Hey, boo. Listen, I had to, I was reading this book. Let me show you. I was reading this book, and I told a few of y'all I was going to start it today. I already knew it. So by the time I had gotten to page 11, my head was exploding. Thank you for that gift. Hey, Sister the Leaf. My head was exploding. Thank you so much for that gift, honey. My head was exploding. And Spirit said, cut it off. You know what's in there. But there are things in there that I just... Because I take notes. I take notes. I prefer when I... Listen, whenever I start... whatever life I tour, I keep copious notes. Because I'd like to be clear on what the fuck's going on here. But I gotta tell you something. And I mean this. If y'all think that Trump is gonna get in office, and let me tell you something. I don't know what kind of timeline y'all are on, but come on, y'all. Wait until September. It's gonna blow your fucking mind. Hey, Sharon. How you doing, hun? How you doing? In case you're just joining, my name is Indigo. You can call me Zoe if you'd like. You can call me he, she, it. I don't give a shit, just as long as you call a bitch back, huh? If you like what I'm saying, tap the screen, share this shit. That's the links in my bio. There are families in Gaza. I'm trying to get out of there. If you feel so inclined, donate. If you can't do that, just share them. Venmo, PayPal, Cash App's in there. If you can't do that, just tap the motherfucking screen. If you don't like it, scroll on. Scroll the fuck on. Don't report my shit. My little disclaimer, because TikTok is trying to ban my account for hate speech. TikTok, this is not hate speech. We're just having a conversation. Damn. Hey, Chef Harvey. Hey, Miss Tracy. We're just having a conversation. God damn. Ugh. Hey, ESG1. How you doing? I was on here earlier and had to clear a few, hey, Body Nose. Had to clear a few. Hey, Doobie. Hi, Boo-Boo. Hi, Lily. I Miss Kima. My day's really been cool. So I'm now reintroducing my leg workout. Because I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't much care about... I'm already broad. Okay? I'm a broad bitch. Okay? I don't give a nothing about here. I'm strong up here naturally. Fisticuffs. But one thing I do want to do is I want my legs to be... Now, I do have beautiful legs. I do admit that. I do. I've been told that my entire life, that I have the most beautiful legs on the planet. I know that. But one thing I like doing is scaring men with my legs. And the thing that's going on here is that men, straight men, are looking at me they're looking at me in a way that... In my live earlier, this man said, there are plenty of things that I would do to you. I don't prefer my men straight. I'm paying myself. I am paying. I'm everybody. I would like to listen. I'm paying. I see you. I don't give a good goddamn. But one thing I do not like in my pan are straight men. I am not. I need to know that you can take one. Because I just feel safer. I feel safer. I feel safe. I need mine on the spectrum. Honey, I need mine on the spectrum. Okay? I need mine to have a little bit of lilt. And that's neither masculine nor feminine. I don't care if you're masculine, more masculine or more feminine. I don't give a damn. But I need some lilt, honey. Sis, I need a little bit of honey, I don't need that cis normative trying to not me, not me. And I realize that I must be giving off some fragrance because they have been coming out of the woodwork. So I'm returning to my muscle building as well as my intense cardio. So today was a good morning because we're returning back to those things to frighten you. And they never approached me. In case you're joining, my name is Zoe. You can call me Indigo the Skybird, babe. You can call me he, she, it. I don't give a shit. Just call a bitch back. If you don't like me, scroll the fuck on. If you do, tap the screen. Visit the links in the bio. Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. Families in Gaza. If you feel so inclined. This is not hate speech, TikTok. They want to ban my account. My backup account, however, is Zora, Zora, my name, the Indigo Skybird. But I don't want, people be crazy. Hey, bad gal yellow. Hey, baby. I ain't got the time. And we're people that talk through the eyes. We talk through vibes. You think that I can't, and listen, I don't go out often enough to be, and even when I go out, I'm not approached. They're like, you are so beautiful. Thank you. Don't hit me with no bullshit. Don't hit me with no bullshit. I don't drink. I'm here to dance. I'm here to, the only hook, that's THC, that I do is in a gummy form at night in my home. Honey, I was a dare kid. So I'm reinstituting my leg day. And today was the third day. And I'm going to tell you, I avoided legs for a particular reason because I already do have nice legs, but I cannot stand when men make a comment about it. I don't care about having a big butt. Okay? I don't. And that's just not in the cards for me. Because if I had a big, my shit sits high and tight. Like my fades, high and tight. Okay? Okay? What I do care about is these legs. I've always had pretty ones, but I need somebody that knows what to do with a thigh. Wrap around thigh. I'm talking about limbs because everyone knows that where the power really is in a thigh. Where my thigh bitches at? I don't want to be flat tummied. And that's why I did it. That's what I've been adding weights now to my 5 miles of cardio because I don't want to be skinny. I just want to be fit. I don't want to be skinny. I just want to be healthy. Okay? I like this. This makes me feel very comfortable. I feel safe here. I feel safe here. I feel safe in my hips. I feel safe here. Yes. 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 I feel safe here. I feel safe here. I need a gut. I need a gut. I don't need a butt. I need a gut. Okay? And it made me mad because I would be devastated if I lost my... I would be devastated. I would be devastated. Devastated. And I've lost weight. I've lost about 50 pounds. I don't want to get any tinier than this. Okay? I'm trying to do balance. So now I'm throwing in weights in there. And now I'm eating more. And I'm vegetarian, so I can't find no goddamn cholesterol nowhere. Everything I eat has 0 cholesterol in it. The only cholesterol I'm getting are in the eggs I eat every morning. And not every morning. Thank you so much. I wanted to lose 40 pounds, but I wanted to get no less than 220 because I'm 6'2". I am 6'2", hun. 6'2". 220. I don't want to be any less than 220. And I just feel that the writing on the wall is about to drop my weight. So I have to hit back now by not doing cardio every day. Because I do cardio 5 days a week. I do 4 to 6 miles 5-6 days a week. So now I have to break it up. So today was a beautiful leg day. It's my 3rd. And back in the saddle again. Because if y'all remember something, I did 4 leg days a week. And I don't do regular weight, hun. We're trying to hit leg press 625. Then we do seated leg press at 325. Then we do the abduction and the adduction at 260. You thought these legs were they're not just for looking at, hun. They do work. So today we got back to work. And I know that I have to pace myself because it's been a few months because I only stopped because of the male gaze. Please tap that screen before TikTok cites me for hate speech. I only stopped doing it because of the male gaze. I couldn't stand it. I cannot stand it. And don't get me wrong, hun, and I say the male gaze, not the man gaze, because the male gaze and a man gaze is different. Thank you for that support, sweet Mel. The male gaze and the man gaze are different. You hear me? I need a they gaze, a they, them, man, woman, they, unbinary, non-binary. I need everything besides that gaze. So today we did which isn't bad because I haven't worked out and I haven't done my legs in a few months, which really isn't bad because I already have big legs. Today was 450. Today was 450 today. And then I believe in cutting it. So then once I leave my leg press, then I go to seated leg press. Right. Come on, Brienne of Tarth. Come on, Brienne of Tarth. So then, because I'm 6'2", and I like being a big bitch. I like being a big bitch. I do. I love being a big bitch. Oh my God. I don't need this. This is done. This is done. This is done. There's nothing more that needs to happen up here. Okay, we're done here. We're done. This back We're done here. We're done. We're done. We're done. We're done. We're done. We're done. We're done here. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Then I split it, right? Come on, 2 miles. Come on, Mama D. Come on, Mama D. I don't follow fitness gurus. I make up my own shit. I lost 50 pounds doing my own shit. I lost 50 pounds doing my own shit. I'm vegetarian. I have been. I drink a lot of water. I take my vitamins. And I love being healthy. I love being healthy. And health, I think that we have commodified health into being skinny white girls, to be honest, with big butts. And fitness and health are for different people. Your vision of health and fitness may not fit somebody else's genetics. Thank you for that gift, Onyx. Hi, boo. May not fit their genetics, their body type. That's not in their designs. That their healthy looks different from you. That everyone has a different shape and size. And you have to address their shape and size. And it is individual. Because what you may call obese, based on a BMI, based on European standards, may be perfectly healthy in another country and another tribe when they're right on track. If their cholesterol's low, their LDL's low, their HDL's low, their lymphocytes, leukocytes, everything is perfectly fine. They just don't fit the shape of Eurocentrism that you're used to. Or Western culture that needs to be this way and this way when they're not. You get what I'm saying? It's a mind, body, spirit concept to me. I think it's holistic. You try it all. Right? What works for you works for you. What may work for you may not work for me. Mind your business. That is between you and your medical professional. You and your trainer. Huh? You and your trainer. Right? So I did this all by myself. And 5 days a week, I do the max incline at a 15-degree angle. I do 4 to 6 miles, 5 days a week. And I do the max incline because what's my occupation? Whatever I want it to be. So, I'm a disabled vet, hon. I'm a disabled vet. PTSD, MST, the whole shit. Thank you for that money back, Cookie. You owe me 40, not 30, but whatever. I'm trying to get my back pay. I'm trying to get my back pay from the VA for my MST, military sexual trauma, and my PTSD, so I can then pay off my shit, pay off other people's shit, and then begin a tour. I want to tour. I want to tour around the entire world teaching intersectionality, trauma healing, and radical love. That's what I want. That's my dream. I want to go around the world teaching this, building this shit, building up other cultures, building up other nations, and then leave. It's ambitious, but I believe it will come. I'm trying to save the planet one person at a time. I'm trying to save the planet one person at a time. I want to hit everybody. Make them feel good about themselves, love the planet, love other people. I want to save the world, damn it. I was in the Air Force. I'm trying to get my inheritance because y'all know that I got royal blood. Run me my shit. I got special DNA. Run me my shit. Take it. Run me my royalties so I can do this shit and save the planet and undo what the fuck colonialism has done. Give me my shit. Give me my shit. And I use mental health and I got my bachelor's degree in psychology. Y'all know that to treat myself. I got my master's degree in social justice and human rights so I can apply psychology to social justice and human rights, taking my trauma, my military career, my background, all of those things, meld them together, and then turn them outward. Right? So I did use therapy. I used years of therapy. And I'm not on SSRIs anymore. I don't need them. I don't need them. I don't need them. Because I believed in this. I had to do the final part sober. And when I was in therapy, I thank God for my therapist, really. God bless the therapist, because my therapist, and I've had 3. The first one was when I was in the Air Force, was a black first generation Haitian immigrant. Boy, she saved my life in the Air Force, my last 2 years. She saved my life. Then I had this white lady when I got into Tucson at the VA. We met for 20 minutes a week. She's saying that I have polytrauma, PTSD, that I have the DID, generalized anxiety, major depression, just not, that is polytrauma. And she's only meeting with me 20 minutes a week because I already did the hard stuff. I did the hard stuff already. I did it already. I did it. I'm coming to you to help me adjust now as a fucking civilian, girl. I'm a civilian now. I need you to help me. Now I need your help. I moved to Tucson. I have no friends here. I'm here for a job that I don't have anymore. Yo, I'm literally in the desert. I'm from Pennsylvania. I am in the desert. I was stationed in Clovis, New Mexico, baby, for 7 years. Then moved out here and didn't know nobody. Hey, Connecticut. I use spirituality. I use science. I use the gym. And I did all of my healing on here. If you're a new follower, or you're just visiting here, my entire journey is here on TikTok. And I did it on purpose. Hey, I did it on purpose. Because I knew that one day I was going to share this with the world. And I said, I'm going to do this journey, this entire journey, and I'm going to teach folks as I'm doing it. I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to do this my way. And I'm going to show folks that they can do it too. So from the Friday prayers to healing binges, I made all these playlists. As I'm healing, we're going to heal together. You can go to college, I'm going to go for you. Until I can pay for you to go to college, I'm going to do it for you. Let me deal with my things, and I'm going to do it all for you. Let's cut the bullshit. I'll do it. I suffered all of the sins. Let me do it. And in the final stretch, remember the Friday prayers? And in the final stretch, when I really hit my breakthrough, was when I finally had to tell my therapist exactly what was going on. I told him exactly. I said, I got to tell you something. And we met every week. This man would tell me something. He said, listen, will I see you on Tuesday? Because he knows I would never tell him a lie. I don't lie. And he would ask me, I know that you're at the end of your rope. And I just got to get you there. That your gun, he said, your gun is fully loaded. And you're just not in front of the right people yet. You have everything. You're just not in front of the right people yet. You're ready. You're ready. I just got to keep you going. My final stretch, I said, I can't do this on SSRIs anymore. And I was only using SSRIs to sleep. So I was on trazodone, mirtazapine, fluoxetine, sertraline, prazosin, fluoxetine, sertraline, prazosin, hydroxyzine, mirtazapine. I'm missing one. Because the PTSD was so severe. And the MST was so severe. And I have polytrauma that began when I was 3 years old. That was my first time being caught. And it went on until I was 10 years old. Then I was caught in military school. Then I was groomed in high school. Then I was caught in the Air Force. And you know what I mean? I never called it break. You know what I mean? And I tell my followers this all the time. SSRIs have to have an end date. Healing does not have to be linear. It has to be progressive, though. And when I mean not linear, you have highs and lows. Highs and lows. It just has to be progressive. It has to have an end date. I could not do this forever. And when I began taking meds, I told them, I will not be doing this forever. This has to stop. And when I had stopped, it's like the gates had just opened. And I did it when I was ready. Now, no, and I do not recommend this for anybody. This is just my journey, not yours. I was the one that controlled my titrations. So I told my psychiatrist, because I had a psychology degree, I need this to be lowered. I need this to be raised. I'm not these things. I'm telling you what to do. This is about my health. I need these things to be changed. And he had upped them. And when I had gotten to a place, and I can't tell you what I use. Hey, Jay Lee, because when I hit my breakthrough, I told you I use spirituality. I use science. I use psychology. I use personal experience. I use everything that I can get a hold of. I had to use everything, and I use the gym. And I'm teaching people every day. When I had my relapse into self-harm, I told y'all I did it. I told you I did it. Because I'm accountable to my followers. If I'm telling you that I'm doing this my way, I'm melding all these I'm gonna have to tell you something. What was it, 3 years ago when I had smashed all the glass in my house? Hey, Stephanie, I smashed all the glass in my house. What did I do for what? If you're a motor scooter, what I recorded it and told, yeah, I did it. I smashed all the glass in here. Everything that worked, that meant something to me, I smashed it. I smashed it. As I began to remove my worth from the things that I owned. Like, that was a $40 glass, I smashed it. That was a $100 vase, I smashed it. Because none of this material shit matters to me. I smashed it. And hey, Tisha, and when my followers had seen it, they said, yo, you are doing something here. Yes, I am. Everything that has value has no value. The value in this place is me. And I taught my followers that. It does not matter about the things you own, baby. It's about do you own you? That's why I smashed them. Folks were saying, oh my God. Hey, H-Town. Oh my God, she's crazy. Why would she smash all of her property? Because what I get, it will come back to me. This is just material. I'm going to another level I'm going to another level. That's why I smashed it. Smash crystal, smashed it. I'm detaching myself from material things. I'm trying to do something. Because when society tells you that what you own and what you produce is what gives you value, you will find yourself in a place of dejection and constant rejection because you feel that you're not producing enough to be wealthy, when that's not the case. When wealth has nothing to do with whether you're talented or not, it's about being in the right place in the right time, having the right conditions, the right circumstances, the right skin color, It had nothing to do with your talent, hon. It had nothing to do with your lack of gifts because you sing just as beautiful. You are just as intelligent. You just don't have the means to get there. So I smashed it. Yep. I smashed it. When I had the relapse, and I started doing this in the past 4 or 5 years, I used to be ashamed of the scars on my legs from self-harm, right? Because I would never do my arms. I would do my legs. And my altered multiple personality disorder, now known as DID, would attack my legs because they were the most beautiful parts of me. And everyone would touch my legs. So my alters would attack my legs, burning me, that kind of shit, like awful things. And I would be ashamed of them. I didn't want anyone to know what I was doing. I don't want your attention. And the first time that I had been caught self-harming, I was in military school. And my mother gave me an ass whooping, told me that I wanted attention. She said, you want attention. That's why you did this. So I switched to my legs. You'll never see them again. I said, fuck this. I have the scars. I healed from them. I got them. I did it. 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 And now they're healed over. When I had my relapse 3 years ago, the dark one that you see, I told y'all I did it. I told y'all that I did it. Because I said, and I felt guilty. I said, if I do not tell my followers that I did this, I have to tell my followers that I did this. And I told them, and I told you I did it and showed you this. I did it. I did it. I am accountable for my healing. And I'm accountable for every single message I tell my followers. That healing does not have to be, oh, you're just a bot. Oh my God, get out of here. Stagnated. That must be who you are. Because I'm doing this to prove a point. That healing does not have to be progressive. It does not have to be linear. It has to be progressive. It does not have to be linear. It has to be progressive. And I wanted to stop. I wanted to stop. I said, I cannot do this. I'm accountable for every single person that watches my shit. And if I told them I am living transparent, I gotta tell you I did it. I did it. What you gonna do? Get the fuck up. Get up. What was I supposed to do? I have to do this. I have to do this. How can I show people that it works if I don't do it, if I don't practice it and teach it myself? So I did it. I love you too. When I first got on here, I was caked in makeup. I mean, heavily in makeup, because I felt that I wouldn't be accepted on camera took that shit right off. When my followers said, we have stopped wearing makeup, or like we wear makeup we highlight, we don't cover up. I said, what? You remind us that we're beautiful. I said, what? I said, excuse me? I said, why the fuck am I caking on makeup when y'all don't? Never again. Fuck that. I said, fuck that. Nope, not no more. Hi, boo. Nope, you're beautiful too. I said, no. If they stopped, I stopped. And I stopped. Fuck that. Fuck that. I said, if they're mirroring what I'm doing, they're a reflection of what I'm trying to get. I'm done. No more. No more. No more. And I'm following spirit the entire time. Because what my therapist, he's like, you're doing a TikTok? I said, yes. He said, how many followers you got? He said, no fucking way. I said, yes. Because in therapy, we were not discussing PTSD. We were discussing atheism, polytheism, anthropology, world events. He said, because you're not battling PTSD, you're battling sexual trauma. Those things are married. You're dealing with something else. So we're taking, because I can't focus on me that way. I have to apply and how I can tell, hey, Erica, how I can help the world around me. How can I help the world around me? Because they're suffering the same trauma as me. How do I help the world around me and apply my healing to them? I can heal for them. Then I can bring it back to them. That's my mindset. Then I can bring it back to them. Like, I did this for you. Boom. Right. It's testimonials. Let me heal and then bring it back to them. How'd you do it? Let me show you. Let me show you. And I had no choice but to heal, because my friends in the Air Force, I had lost a few to unaliving themselves. I lost a few. And singing for a funeral for one of your close friends that was in your house the week before, that called you and you didn't go because your other friends were, is something that just stays with you. You know what I mean? That one week they're in your house laughing, and then the next week you're singing for their memorial. Before they were 25. Or when you're watching drunk driving and you watch your best friend sold your other close friend a car that he totals and flips the car 3 times. I'm talking about the Air Force, about the military taking high school kids, slamming them with PTSD, removing them from their families, using their oaths against them, and now they're ruined. I was the only friend that was single, the only one that did not have to go to rehab that was single. I didn't go to rehab. No. I didn't have to go to rehab. Nope. Not me. And you know how I beat it? Spite. I used spite. I said, because I'm here alone. I'm here alone. I'm in Tucson by myself. When I was in the Air Force, I lived by myself the majority of my years. I'm by myself. I've been by myself my whole life. I have to figure this out by myself. And I've been in Tucson it's going to be 5 years. I moved here January 6th of 2020 and for a job. And I drove down here from Pennsylvania. It was 33 hours. And I'm talking about devotion to family members who were waiting for the gifts to come. It was 33 hours of a drive here that I broke up in 3 days that I could have done in 2. I broke it up in 3 to stop in Clovis, New Mexico for friends that didn't even bother to come see a bitch, because that's where I was stationed. I'm talking about driving from Clovis, New Mexico to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, my hometown. That is 26 hours that I drove straight to see my mother. That turned her back on me. You got to understand something, honey. I am devoted to healing and loving people and trying to save all I can and making them feel good when they make me feel like shit. I had to turn it into something else. I had to transmute it because I felt guilty for being who I was. And when I had driven to Pennsylvania, my mother said that she was having an Ask Me a Union Christmas party, and she really wanted me there. Because I was the center of my family. Understand that. I was the mother of I was the baby and the mother. You hear? Right? And as long as I was providing, as long as I was giving and gifting, as long as I was in their good graces, right? But when I asked for the same reciprocity, now you're in error. Now you're in error. How dare you ask me to give you love back unconditionally? Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? As my mother is babying her firstborn because she had 5 kids. The secondborn, the son, is gone because he's married. I'm 7 years, 8 years apart, 9 years apart from them. To the second husband that she loved the most, you got to understand how generational trauma worked and manifested itself in me. I was the living sin. The child of the second husband and the second wife? Oh no. Oh no. Not here. You stay in that abusive marriage. You stay there. You know what? That kind of shit. You stay there. How dare your light-skinned mother leave her light-skinned first husband to marry your brown-skinned father from the no. How dare you do that? To have this brown-skinned baby. You had red hair. This white baby has, because I was a white baby. I was a very white baby. They thought I was white. I had a birthmark on my face. It was red. Honey, I was a white baby. Don't even recognize my white baby. I was a white baby that had jet black hair, that was silky smooth, and had a red birthmark all over my face. That I then got darker. I got browner. Now my hair is brown and my skin is pecan. It's pecan. The Eve gene. A metamorphosis. A metamorphosis. Child. So, you gotta understand. And my mother told me, she said, I really wish that you would be here. And I was already going up there because I only saw my family once a year. I saw them once a year. And I would go back to Pennsylvania on New Year's Eve. Because Christmas, I didn't really care about. But New Year's Eve was my favorite holiday. It was. I no longer have a favorite holiday because they've ruined it. My friends have ruined it. I have no holidays. I celebrate nothing but my own spiritual holidays. I don't, not anymore. Not anymore. Family and friends have ruined them. But New Year's Eve, every holiday, they would descend to my mother's house. My chosen aunts, they would descend to my mother's house. And my sister has 5 kids. My brother has 2. A cousin has 4. There are kids running around everywhere. Well, they're not kids anymore, but back then, you know. And it's noisy, and there's music, and Bacardi's flowing, and there's gossip, and the TV's on, it's blasting music, and my mom cooks. It's a big thing. But I began to cook. Ain't that something? Ain't that something when you're 30 years old and your mother says to you, you're going to cook Thanksgiving dinner? Hey, Miss Val. Hey, Tasha. Then ask my older sister, who's 42, my 41-year-old brother, get the baby. The baby can do it. You're cooking it this year. And did. Fried turkey, regular turkey, a ham. I made some fried ribs. We fried up some chicken, collard greens, cabbage, macaroni and cheese, dressing. Honey, and they love my butter cake. A butter cake. My mother made a 7-Up cake. Candied yams with pecans on the top. Regular candied yams. Before I gave up meat, honey. Because my family eats meat. Listen. My mother said, you're going to do it. You're the best one anyway. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Made a little seafood salad. Thank you very much for giving the reins to me. Honey, that's an honor that I will always pat myself on it. That I'm the best one in there. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I was a man when she gave me those reins. Get you one that can do both. So she said, I wish you'd come up there for this party. And all my mother's little co-workers loved me. How's Zora doing? How's Zora doing? How you talk to Zora? My baby Zora? Because remember, my mother had her first husband. They were raised with him. They were raised in his house. When my mother would come get me on them weekends from her family, I was around her. I was around them people. You feel me? You got to understand. It's hard being the favorite. The favorite auntie, the favorite cousin, the favorite sibling, the favorite. There's a cost to it, though. There was a cost I had to pay. A lot of my mother did not like me. My grandmother did not like me, honey. They were not feeding me. I had to work a full-time job. But there was a cost to get this character. I took my trauma with candor. So she says, I wish you'd be up here. I said, And I'm a long distance driver. And I told you from Clovis to Harrisburg is 28 hours, 26, 28 hours. And my mother said she wanted me to be there. And it's not that my mother does not love me, because she does. She does not know how. Not proper. You don't know how to do this to me proper. That's the issue here. That's the issue. I adore my mother. But my mother needs to be left where she is. Because we're diametric. It's not going to work, hon. Don't work. This doesn't work. You don't see me as a person. You don't see me as a fully. You've been using my energy for hours a day. And I would call my mother every day. We talk for 3-4 hours a day. I got her through the death of her father. You feel me? The man that did not like me, that forgot he didn't like me. You got to understand, I got my mother through those things. I had the emotional depth to raise my family. They did not have the depth to love me back without having their hands out. And please, I have been guiding my mother into therapy, into things. She said she doesn't need them. I don't need that. You need it. Stay where you are. Sometimes you have to be left where the fuck you are. You have to leave them where they are. You have to leave them where they are. Grow where you are planted. That is not my obligation. I've given you the gift. You were not a gift to me. I was the gift to you, and you abused the gift. Leave them where they are. You love the child that abuses you and takes advantage of you more than you love me. That's a problem, hon. When your oldest is punching out windows and being disrespectful, and I'm the one that you're trying to hold back and restrain, you're restraining my tongue from addressing your oldest because I love you down. I don't want what's in your hands. I wanted your heart. No. Leave them where they are. And Matthew 10:37 says this. You know I had to just drop the scripture in here. Matthew 10:37 says this. And Yeshua is on his way to the, right? Crucified. He says to Peter, his best friend, Peter, behold your mother. Peter says, huh? We're not related, Jesus. Yes, yeah, we are. You're related to her. Peter, you're related to Mary. And who's related to you, Yeshua? I'm Peter saying, those who do the will of my mother and my father. What does that mean? And Yeshua says this in Matthew 10:37. It's one of my favorite scriptures. If you love your mother or father more than me, you're unworthy of being mine. If you love your son or daughter more than me, you're unworthy of being mine. If you cling to your life, you will lose it. If you cling to me, you will find it. I'm being beat up for going to church by my mother as the aunties are watching her break my nose for going to church. Honey, we're not doing the same thing. I was interceding for my family and they did not like me. I am praying for my family because I'm the only one that goes to church in this house. All these chosen friends and family who have come in and out, who my mother has housed for free, I had to pay rent. And rent as in I'm paying bills. I have to pay for my school clothes. I gotta pay for my stuff I gotta pay for what I'm eating. My mother doesn't drive me to school. I take the bus. I take the city bus to school, the city bus to work. I'm busing it to church. I'm getting you know what I mean? I'm raising my mother. I'm raising folks that are older than me and they're beating me into the ground. You have to leave them where they are. Certain folks ain't meant to go up to the elevation to where you're supposed to be at. That is where they're supposed to be at. There are 7 levels of heaven. Some folks got to stay at the 3rd realm. Some folks can't get to the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th realm of heaven. Some folks have to stay at the 3rd realm. They are in heaven, but they're in the 3rd realm of heaven, hon. As they have beaten you down into the 7 levels of hell, as you have to atone for family sins, and they believe that you are the sin incarnate because you're not like us. We don't have this in our line. It has to be you. When you're looking around at people and you're like, you have DNA dispositions to cancer, hypercholesterol, all of these things that only come from RIP. I can't say it because TikTok will flag me for hate speech. RIP. RAPEINCEST and PEDO. You have genetic dispositions and genetic defects that only come from, and you thought that me breaking it, you thought that I was the sexual sin, honey. No, it was who you laid down with and who took you. You thought I was the sin incarnate, honey. No, it wasn't. It was that cousin that has this DNA disposition that only comes from... Oh, honey, we're free Palestine here. You're talking to a Jew, by the way, a Messianic Jew by blood and ethnicity. My family comes from the Levant. Watch your mouth. My family comes from the Levant. Watch your mouth now. Don't do that. My maternal family's Judean. My maternal family is... They're Levites. That's their tribe. My father's Judean. Watch your mouth. From northern Africa, the Moors. Just a little sidetrack. Get out of here, Elaine. I'm sorry. I just don't. Project 2025. Good luck with that. I've moved on. Good luck with that. Just a little side note. My family are Moors. My father's Moors, Al-Andalus, Yoruba, Khoisan. I said Moors, Yoruba, Khoisan. My family's from the Levant. You just think that Jews are white. Surprise! Anyway, confirmed more by blood. Blood, DNA, and Moors. I told you I had royal blood. There are 5 crowns in my loins. 5. That were stolen by Italy, Scotland, France. We've already proved that already, though. We got that. But anyway, understand that folks need to be left where they are. And my mother always felt that she was being judged by me. She said, I just don't. She said, I just feel so, I've always felt judged by you. Now, let me give you some astrology thing before I tell you about this drive from New Mexico to Pennsylvania. I forgot. There are multiple stories going on at the same time. I'm going to close them all together at the same time. I promise you I will close this story at the same time. My mother, okay, here, this is, and I did this today, because you're going to understand it when I say it all together, okay? Ready? Here we go. Now, my father was not around. He was a womanizer, had 9 kids, wasn't around. I was the only of my parents' union, the first and only of my parents' union, right? Now, I'm going to do the big 3 and the Chiron, okay? Western astrology, I'm going to do the Chiron, and I'm going to do my father's, I'm going to do my mother's, I'm going to do mine. Now put this together. I'm going to do their big 3 and their Chiron. My father is a Gemini sun, a Sagittarius moon, a Leo rising. Pisces is in Chiron. One more time, okay? My dad's a Gemini sun, a Sagittarius moon. His rising is a Leo. Thank you for that gift. His Chiron, though, is in Pisces. My father has a Taurus stellium, 1 grand cross, 1 jod, a finger of fate, and a cradle. In a cradle. One more time, okay? My father has a Taurus stellium. Okay, 4 planets are in Taurus. 4. A grand cross, 1 jod, a finger of fate, and a cradle formation. That means a cradle is dumping. Okay? And you're wondering, where's the house at? My father's Chiron, which is in Pisces, is in the 7th house at Aquarius. My mother's. You ready? This is my mother. Raised with her and her family. My mother's sun is Sagittarius. Her moon is in Libra. Her ascendant, Pisces. Her Chiron, Pisces. One more time. My mother. Thank you, I made it. My mother. Sun in Sagittarius. Moon is in Libra. Her ascendant and her Chiron are in Pisces. My mother has a multiple planet opposition. Pluto in Virgo, Pisces ascendant, Chiron Pisces, Uranus in Virgo, Jupiter Pisces. They're all in opposition. And when I tell you something about this opposition, when I read you my chart, it's going to blow your fucking mind. My mother has 2 cradles. Remember, my dad has 1 cradle. My mother has 2 cradles in multiple planet opposition. Thank you so much for the gifts. My mother's Chiron is in the 12th house with her Jupiter. Put this all together one more time, okay? We're just gonna use one before I read you my dad's. It's before I read you mine. It's gonna blow your fucking mind as what I'm trying to do with my entire life. I figured it out. My father is a Gemini sun, Sagittarius moon, Chiron in Pisces, Leo ascendant, Taurus stellium, 1 grand cross, 1 jod, and a cradle. They're 2 years apart, by the way. My mom's older by 2 years. They're 2 years apart. 2 years apart, 62 and 64. When my dad was born, it was a full moon. So he was born on a full moon in a jod. He's earth sign dominant. Saturn is descending. Okay? And I want to throw this in there. His Neptune and his North Node are in retrograde. What is his North Node in? Cancer. His North Node is in Cancer. His Neptune, both in retrograde, are in Scorpio. Wait till when I read you my fucking chart. His 12th house is in Cancer. His first house is in Leo. I know, honeybee. I know. Now here's my mom's. She's 2 years earlier. Okay. One more time. Because I had to repeat. Her sun is Sagittarius. Her moon is in Libra. Her Chiron and ascendant are in Pisces. As well, my mother's Uranus is in Virgo, is in retrograde. Her North Node in Leo is in retrograde. My mother has a multiple planet opposition in Pluto, ascendant, Chiron, Uranus, and Jupiter. She has 2 cradles. 2 cradles in her chart. Right? There is no element that's dominant. Her first house is in Pisces. Her 12th house with her Jupiter and her Chiron is in Aquarius. Ready for mine? Are you ready for mine? This is mine. Okay? June 24th, 1991, 11:59 a.m., Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. And I'm telling you this because you know when you see it, you know it's on it. You know it's on it. It's oily. You know it's on it. Right? My sun is in Cancer. My moon is Sagittarius. My ascendant is Virgo. My Chiron is in Cancer. I said my Chiron is in Cancer. Yeah. 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 Yes, the trauma was with them. My Chiron's in Cancer. My parents' Chirons are in Pisces. Yeah. Yep. And my ascendant is Earth. My mother's is Pisces. My father's is in Leo. Yep. I had to raise them. I had to raise them. Now, what are the shapes in my chart? I have a multiple planet square. in a Leo stellium. My square is in Jupiter at 13 degrees, Scorpio at 17 degrees, Mars in Leo at 17 degrees, Venus in Leo at 17 degrees. Where my mother has oppositions, I have a square. And on my chart, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, and the North Node are in retrograde. And my Uranus, my Neptune, and my North Node are in Capricorn. They were all in retrograde. My Pluto's in Scorpio, in retrograde. My Saturn was in Aquarius, was in retrograde. I have 5 retrogrades in mine. One more time. I know. So multiple planet square. Jupiter at 13 degrees Leo. My Pluto is in 17 degrees Scorpio. My Mars and my Venus are at 17 degrees Leo. And you're wondering, what else is in your chart? 3 jods. I have 3 fingers of fate. The sun is at 2 degrees Cancer. My Saturn is at 5 degrees Aquarius. My moon is at 5 degrees Sagittarius. Where's the other jod? Neptune, my midheaven, my Jupiter, Mars, Venus, and the North Node. Shit. Look at this bullshit. Look at this bullshit. That's what's good. Come on. Come on, man. Can I catch a break? Can I catch a break? Can I catch a break? I can't catch a break. Honey, my whole life I couldn't catch a break. I got this on astro charts. I can't catch a break. 3 cradles between my mom and my dad. My dad has 1 jod. I took my mother's son and made her the moon. Their chirons are children, and I'm the Cancer chiron, the only one in the bitch. Oh my God. And I'm fire sign dominant. The yod appears 3 times, and it's hit 11 times. And quincunx 11 times. 11 times that yod is hit over and they hit my yod 11 times. I had no choice but to get here at the end of this. Okay? I had no choice but to get to the end of this. Right? Now remember something. Where my father's 12th house is in Cancer, which is, because my chart ruler is Cancer. My father's 12th house is Cancer. His first house is Leo. My first house is Virgo. My 12th house, it starts Leo. My Chiron, my Mars, and my Jupiter are in the 11th house at Cancer. 21 degrees Cancer, 22 degree Leo. So my chart's done. I say that to say that my cycle's done. I'm done. I'm finished. I'm done. I've done all my karmic work. I'm done. I'm done. I did it already. I had to raise my parents. First house Virgo, 12th house Leo. 11th house at Cancer at 21 degrees, a literal cusp by 1 degree. We call it an orb. I'm done. I finished it. I'm done. My 33rd year was my... I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I don't have to do it anymore. I don't have to do it anymore. I'm done. That was the plot twist. I finished my cycle. Because my Chiron, I did it. I did it. And they were so close to each other that I didn't have a choice. I had to raise my parents. And when I came to a point of driving 26 hours to see them, and then they turned on me when I was there because they were drinking or something like that, or because they feel judged by you because you stopped doing those things. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't talk to my friends this way. I don't talk about my friends. I don't move that way. And I move transparent. And my mom used to say all the time, I always feel judged by you. My father said, you don't understand. You have a presence that you don't understand. That the things you say have weight. That's not my fault. That's not my fault. I didn't do that. And now I understand it because as your Pisces is in your Chiron's in Pisces, mine is in Cancer. I'm your mother. I'm your mother. I'm your mother. You gave birth to your mother. And when you take those shapes, man, when you take those shapes and you put them together, like your father has 3 cradles, you're between your parents, there are 3 cradles, and your father has a yod? Yes. My dad has a yod. Your mother has oppositions, multiple planets. They were in opposition to me the entire time. Boy, they were in opposition to you the entire time. Hey, Malcolm. Your entire life, they were in opposition to you. Like, damn. Damn. Damn, boy. They do call us crazy. Like, it makes all the sense. I told you I used astrology, and here's how I used it. No, a yod is called a finger of fate. It's called a finger of God. And it's a shit. Honey, it's a twist. Honey, it's a twist. I would not wish yod bearers on. Being born into opposition. And when I looked at my grandparents, I think my grandparents are also Pisces. They're also Pisces ascendants and Pisces risings. I am the only Cancer Chiron. And my sister who is, oh my God, my mother's the firstborn grandchild, oh my God. She's born June 27th. My sister and I, we are 9 years and 3 days apart. My brother and I are 8 years, 11 months, 3 days apart. They're 13 months apart, respectively. To the day. They're 13 months apart. I am not. And it's so weird. My brother shares a birthday with my mom's father. Honey, you better. I used astrology to overcome my detriments. Sounds weird, doesn't it? All the parts that I knew were, all the parts that I knew were the shadow parts of my chart. I corrected. I went to fix it. I would use my detriments. Whatever it was, it's in this house. It's in the 11th house. It's in the 12th house. Whatever the detriment was, I'd flip it. So I would go to psychology. I'd pray about it. I would do science. I would write a book about it. I would take the shadow parts and illuminate them instead. I would flip them. I would just flip them. So my sister is a Cancer Sun, Virgo moon, and her Leo's ascendant. My sister has one yod. She has one. We're talking about, yeah. Then her brother comes 13 months later to the day. And my brother is everything that I would ever, that was the closest thing I ever had to a father in my family. My brother was everything to me. He's 8 years older than me. That is the noblest and kindest that I've ever met on this planet. A protector. He's just everything. He's everything to me. I love my brother. My brother, however, and you got to catch it, because my brother is a Leo sun, Pisces moon, Libra ascendant. And my brother is very mild-mannered and very, very sweet. Very, hey, Blues, very kind. Very, very kind. But he has a grand cross on him and a cradle. When my brother was born, Uranus, Neptune, Gemini, Jupiter are all in retrograde. I was literally born into the opposition. I was born in to the opposition. Yeah. Yeah. Born into the opposition, boy. Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah. My brother and I, if I called my brother today, he'd call me back. We talk for hours at a time. Because my brother's married. He has 2 kids. His wife is beautiful. My sister-in-law is beautiful. My brother has a life. My brother has things to do. And my brother was also in the Air Force. He was security forces. He joined in 2002 and was deployed to Saudi Arabia. Severe PTSD. My brother and I were the, he was the imaginator. We were the dreamers. He was raised with his father. I was just raised around, Boy. My brother encouraged me to dream, and to love. Thank you so much. Hey, Overcome. They encouraged me. My brother encouraged me to do these things. Follow your imagination. Do it. Follow your imagination. And taught me about the Epic of Gilgamesh and Hephaestus. But I already knew about Hephaestus because I was a nerd. My brother was a gamer nerd and super popular. He had light skin. My brother used to have long hair too. He used to have like really long hair. Honey, you elder millennials are wild, boy. He had long hair, had his hair braided, and he had good hair because his dad was light skinned. I cannot wait for that system to die. Now he's bald headed. Now he's bald. And I'm going to tell you how my sister-in-law, it's so weird because I don't have any whole siblings. I have no whole family. Either you're my mother's family or my father's family because I was the only one of my union. And it's so, my first cousin is the firstborn grandson, the firstborn son of the firstborn son. He shares a birthday with my brother's wife. A birth date. They're born on the same date, minutes apart. It's really weird. It is really weird how timing works, son. You have to leave folks where they are. And I say that to say this. I had driven 26 hours to see my mother because I'm the mother. Had to do like a side story about astrology and how I had to raise my family. My mother said to me, I wish you were here for that. And I was going to get there the following day after this Christmas party. I had drove 26 hours straight. I said 26 hours straight from Clovis, New Mexico to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Straight. I had to take a break when my mother said, "Where are you?" I said, "I am in Pennsylvania." She said, "No, you're not." I said, "Yes, I am. I am 3 hours from you." And when I got into Pennsylvania, it's really trippy when you're driving and when you drove when the sun was down, you watch the sun rise and then you're watching it again. Because I had to get to my mother. My mother said that she wanted to see me. My mother has never come down to see me in these 13 years. I said they have not come down here to see me since I've been in the Southwest for 13 years. Not once. Not once. But they called me. And I got to be there. And I couldn't afford money for the flight. I can drive instead. When I got to the border of Pennsylvania, I had to pull over maybe 30 minutes because the lines were floating in the air. And I said, I gotta pull over. I slept for 20 minutes, got at the rest stop, got my ass up, and I drove the rest of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I got there, I took a shower, and we went to the Christmas party, and then we partied that night too. In those 35 hours, I slept for 20 minutes because my mother wanted to see me. That's the kind of devotion that I... And when I would do the drive from Pennsylvania, when I would do the drive from New Mexico to Pennsylvania, I would cut it up. And I never wanted to stop because I don't like to waste time. I want to get there. I can cut 2 hours off a drive. I know what I'm doing. I would do 16 hours. I would do 12 hours and I would cut it 12, 14. And I drove alone. I would drive those streets by myself. Right by myself. I'm not afraid of anything. Take it from me. Honey, my life will come back. I'm not afraid of you. And these back roads, I know what I'm going. When I had driven from Tucson to Pennsylvania, it's 33 hours. I cut it 18-15. 2013 once. 33. Yeah. I want to get this stuff done. Honey, look. I'm trying to, and I don't eat on the drive. I don't eat on the drive and I don't drink on the drive. I try very hard not to drink because I don't want to use bathrooms in Earth, Texas. When I get gas, then I'll use the bathroom. I'll chug some water here. I will use the bathroom here. When I get gas, damn it, then I got a place to be. That's why I don't prefer driving with people. I'm a very good driver, and I don't want you in my car. I like to put on my music. If I want to repeat the song 17 times, it's a 33-hour drive. It's just me in here. I don't like driving with anyone in my car. You want a carpool? No. And I don't like folks driving me nowhere neither. I don't trust you. I don't trust you because I need to be able to drive my car and leave when I'm ready. I want to leave when I'm ready. You got to leave folks where they are. You don't drive fast enough. You're not a good passenger. I need to leave you where you are. I came to see you, but my destination is not you. Huh? I got to go somewhere else. I'm here for a visit. I can't lay my burdens down here. When the flood of Noah came, so I can wrap this together, put it together. When the flood of Noah came, the divines told Noah, tell them people a flood is coming. When Noah was building the boat, getting them animals 2 by 2, they called him a fool until the rain started dropping. Pounding on the door. Pounding. Hun. I gave you the invite. I told you to get up in this shit. And you told me that I was a fool. I told you it was raining. But I'm liable to sink us both if I open up this gate. My safety has to be paramount. Because if I lose me, I will lose this entire fucking game. I was self-sacrificing when you called me a fool, but I cannot drown for you. I gotta get some water. Whoa! Ho! Ha ha! I said, I was sacrificing self when you called me a fool. But I cannot and will not drown for you. No. 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 I warned you about what was coming, boy. I told you. I told you. But I cannot drown for you. I will lose this entire game if I drown for you, because there are folks attached to me. There are folks attached to me. I can't afford to drown for you. That's why I warned you before the rain. I opened my doors to you, honey. I opened the gates to you. I gave you the money. I gave you the money. I gave you the energy. I gave you the gifting. I gave you my talent. I gave you my time. And one thing you can never get back is time. I gave you my time. I gave you my spirit. I gave you my blood. And now the rain is coming, and the rain is at your door. I built my house on a solid foundation when I tried to not only help you build yours when you did not. I then invited you into my home. If I open the gate, I will drown everyone in here, and I cannot do that. I will not do that. I can't do that. When the first few drops came down, you thought it was a game. When the first tornado hit, you thought it was a game. When you saw the first flood, you thought it was a game. When you saw heard the first, you thought it was a game. When you saw the hail, you thought it was a game. When you saw the first genocide, you thought it was a game. When you saw the first cop city, you thought it was a game. When you scrolled past the first video of a woman from Sudan, you thought it was a game. When you said not interested to the woman in Congo, you thought it was a game. When you scrolled past the little white girl because she was white and that's their issue, you thought it was a game. You thought it was a game. You thought it was a game. You thought this could never happen to me. So you turned a blind eye to it. But when the rain came, when the cop city came, when they found the mass graves, when you found out that Congo was owned by, when you found out the rape of Belgium, when you found out all of these things, you said not interested, and you scrolled past, honey, and it's raining. It's raining. You thought because we were going to therapy that we were crazy. No, honey. We were trying to scrub ourselves clean from your rejection. We were trying to scrub our mind and figure out where is this denial coming from, because I'm praying for something, but you told me to pray against my own self. my divine self, because you see my divine self is evil. That's why I'm sitting here praying, take it away, and it's not leaving. But as I'm praying, saying, take it away, I'm no longer greedy, but I'm still gay. As I'm praying against the spirit of lesbianism, I've not stopped being a lesbian, but all of a sudden I'm kinder to people. My God, what's going on tonight? Whoa! What is going on tonight? I'm praying that I'm not trans. As I'm praying against my third gender 2 spirit, it's not going away, but I'm no longer gluttonous. I'm no longer angry with other people. I'm angry with myself. I had to find another way to love me because you didn't give me the tools to love me. As I'm praying for the love of you, I begin to love myself. And loving myself is loving the divine. And loving the people around me is loving me. As above, so below, as it always has been within. As I thought I was praying against a demon, I had found myself being healed from things, but I could not heal the hurt that I had done to myself. And I said, God damn it, that is the final straw. I got to love me. I got to love me. I got to love me. I got to forgive me. I have to deconstruct and acceptance. Denial is your genetic trauma. Acceptance. Rejection. Acceptance. Guilt. Acceptance. Huh? Shame. Acceptance. As I was praying for you to accept me, all of a sudden you were turning away. But as you were turning away from me, I was accepting myself and accepting other people. As you turned away, I was never the detriment, honey. You were the detriment. Parents are not a gift to their children. Children are a gift to their parents. If Yeshua was telling you, you Christians, that I was hungry and you clothed me not, I was in prison, you didn't come to visit me, that is a global concept, hon. We are a global citizenry, bound to the same planet, that need the same water. And me loving you is saying, I don't want to pollute your water, and I'll do everything in my power because I have children to protect your children, because your children are my children. Suffer not the little children. You are also the same child. Suffer not yourself. Honey, once you love me, good. Now the next step is loving you. Huh? I said, how dare you just love me and not love you, when the design was to love all three? How dare you? Turn that love back on yourself and shut up. I know you love me. Do you love yourself today? Do you accept yourself today? What don't you like about yourself? This. All right. Address it. What you mean? Fix it. How? However way you got to, in the most healthy way. What does not destroy your body, destroy other folks, destroy the planet. You don't like it, change it. But before you change it, ask yourself why. Why don't you like it? Ask yourself that first. Interrogate it. Because you may find out you don't like it because you were told not to like it. Are we doing this for the betterment of self? Are we doing it to look better to somebody else? I saw this lady on the Humans of New York one time, and she had said, you know, I come first. I have to come first. In my world, I have to come first. Because you're going to build up somebody's house, and they won't give you a tarp when your roof is unfinished. I got to come first. I don't mind helping anybody and giving them what they need, but I got to help myself first. I got to make sure I'm secure. I got to make sure. I got to make sure. So if the rain comes, I can pull somebody out of the pit and bring them into my house because I had a ladder. I got a ladder. And I can clean you off in here. I don't mind sharing anything I have, but I gotta get it first. I don't mind sharing my bread, my bed, but I gotta get it first in order to give it away. I gotta be a good steward over what I gotta get it first so I can give it to somebody else. That means I gotta have it first. And here's what I believe. Everything in my world is complete. You understand? Everything in here is complete. If this is the end, this is the end. It just is what it is. I am complete. I'm complete. But when someone enters into my universe, that means I want you there. I don't need you here. I want you here. Because there is something in my universe that I cannot create that only your existence in my presence can. What you mean? In this universe, I am the sun and the moon, the stars, all of this shit. Well, what am I? You're a certain color. You make me see my world differently. There's a certain star in the sky that I could not produce because your chemical balance. Because of the carbon dioxide in you that neon reverberates out of your chest. I could not produce that color in my universe, and I want you here. And I'll do anything I can to keep you here. And once you become unstable in this universe, I will gladly. I want you here. I do not need you here. I want you to be here. And there's a difference. Because many of us have sacrificed what we needed for what we wanted. Honey will give up a pack of hot links for a pack of cigarettes, Newport Box 100s. Let me tell you something, honey. I will eat these bitches before I go without them. I will rob the shit out of Peter. Why? Because it makes me feel good. It doesn't hurt nobody and it makes me feel good. We will sacrifice at times what we need to get what we want. How much will you sacrifice to get what you want? And sometimes it's a sacrifice of time. It's a sacrifice of drinking. It's a sacrifice of smoking. It's a sacrifice of friendships. It's a sacrifice of family. And what do I want? I want to be healed because I need it. God damn, boy. That's tight. That's tight. That's tight, boy. That is tight. That is tight. I will give up a job that stressed me. I will take a pay cut. I will take a pay cut. I will downsize from a 3-bed, 2-bath to a studio and be in peace. Yeah, be in peace. I need more space. Do you? I will sacrifice, listen, because I need it. I want it bad enough and I got to have it. I can turn a want into a need and a need into a want. At the end of the day, honey, this is about me. And I got to make sure I have it before I give it away. Because when I give it away, I can give it away over and over and over again because I'm a good steward over what they gave me. So when I give it away, I have lost nothing because I earned it from the bottom. Because I earned it from the bottom. Started from the bottom, now we're here. I'm talking about because I earned it from the trenches. I brought it with me. The promotion comes not from the east, nor the west, nor the south. It comes from the north. Listen, hon, I was pulled up by the nape of my neck, and now it's braided. How bad do you want it? There's a flood coming. Are you building a boat? Or you're ready to float? I just made that up. Honey, I surrender to whatever. Because the ark is in my mind. What will be will come. And I'm ready for it. Because I come from the motherfucking trenches. I'm not alone here. You thought that I came alone here. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. On them 26-hour drives, I had spirit with me. You thought I came alone. I didn't come alone. No, I didn't. I came on encouragement. I came on determination. I followed the star of devotion, and I got it. What will be will come. I am here as a mountain and unmovable. My feet firmly planted, standing 10 toes down on conviction. What will be will come. The rain rains on the just as well as the unjust. And as you are drowning, I'm in my prosperity. What you meant for evil, the divines turned it around for good. Thank you, Yeshua, for that little channel. I heard an expression say that the devil plans God's glory. That the devil plans God's glory. That means what the devil thought was going to trip you was the exaltation. I gotcha. I gotcha. You thought that you were hated when they were hating themselves, Cancer Chiron mother. I told you what it was. I knew you before I formed you in the womb, and I gotcha. Wait. Keep that lamp trimmed. That means keep it full of oil. I'm coming. I'm going to give you exactly what you need. I'm going to give you exactly what you need. I'm going to give you exactly what you need to get it. Power, love, and a sound mind. What is it? Stand still and know that I have not come, Yeshua said, to give you the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and sound mind, of unity and equity. And it crosses religious aisles because it's interfaith. It's interfaith. It's non-denominational, honey. It's multi-ethnic. It's multi-tribal. United in love, united in liberty, united in peace, united in wisdom, united in dreams, united in cause, united in power, united in mind, united in sound. God damn it, that's what he said to me. And I believe it to be true. And just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not here already. You just gotta wait. You just gotta wait. Stand still and wait. I'm about to trouble the water. Wait. I got to show you what's going on here. Wait. You have people who are on here on TikTok that are saying that other gods have appeared to them. One woman told me, she said, I had a dream about Saint Anthony and Ganesha. She said, I've never seen this in a dream before in my entire life. I said, what do you mean? She said, I'm going to send you a picture about what I saw in this dream. She said she saw St. Anthony in one dream, and then she saw Ganesha in the next, and sent me a picture. She said, I've never seen this before in my life. I said, did he look like this? I said, did he look like this? She said, yeah. I said, girl, you got women in France saying that Oshun told them to pass a message. Honey, the white girls are seeing Oshun. You got Indians seeing Thor. Huh? You got... Because they're all talking about a sacrifice. They're all talking about a sacrifice named Yeshua that tore the veil. Honey, they're coming through the gate. Honey, they're coming through the gate. Honey, they're waiting too. Didn't you read it? That even the angels were waiting for the return. Honey, they're waiting for something. They're waiting for their promise too. I said, they're crossing pantheons. They're crossing through pantheons and talking to other people. Like, yo, the veil is torn. Let me talk to you about something important. Pass this message along. And you got folks who are so ethnic. You know that's a closed practice. Spirit ain't closed. If it's closed, then you teach them. Because spirit is spirit. They're waiting for something too. To fire down a promise to their people too, hun. They're waiting too for unconditional love. They're waiting too for a promise. They're waiting. Like us, we're waiting too. This is multi-ethnic, hun. This is multinational. This is exchanging ideas. This is exchanging love. And returning to spirit. Come back to me. Return to spirit. Return to me. Return to the ways of honoring yourself and honoring other people. Protecting other people and as we're cutting down gods of capitalism, consumerism, racial purity, ideologies, as we're cutting down walls, they're talking to each other. They're talking to each other. The divine feminine, the divine masculine, the threefold, they're waiting for something. They're waiting for something. The divine feminine, the divine masculine, the divine of both of them. It's called a spirit, hun. I don't give a damn what you call it. You got to remember something. The Abrahamic God said he's a jealous God, have no other God before me. That means something, doesn't it? That means there are others. And if other gods are talking through the gates now, and they're talking to other folks who were not included in their practice, that means something, because spirit is the same. Spirit is the same. Spirit is the same. And how'd you find that out? Yeshua taught me. Yeshua taught me. Someone that died, came back, and told me. Yeshua taught me. Yeshua taught me. And Yeshua had led me through the ways of Ganesha and Shiva and to Amaterasu and back to Ahura Mazda, and then through Odin and Freya, and then back through indigenous practices and returning back to the water. Yo, what was the purpose here? It was divine love and a sacrifice. What? It was a divine love and a sacrifice, and it was mankind that fucked up the practice. Huh? It was mankind that perverted the ways of the spirit. That's why I sacrificed myself to do this, and then to come back and to prove a point. That's why I'm telling you, spirit is spirit. How folks find it weird that Yeshua could die and come back, but don't think that the Father had a wife is just baffling to me. That the Father wouldn't have a wife? Oh my Lord, of course he had a wife. Of course they switch places. And when you look in other pantheons, you would see that the feminine and masculine counterparts changed forms. That Shiva had a husband for 12 years, and it was his wife in a male form. Quite arbitrary. In our faith, in the Bible, Shekinah, the spirit, is feminine. Shekinah glory is feminine. It's the feminine counterpart of Yahweh. Shekinah is the feminine counterpart of Yahweh. It's the wife, the Holy Spirit. Shekinah is feminine. It's a feminine name. Shekinah is not masculine. Shekinah is not feminine. He had a wife. And if you read throughout the canon, and had you translated it, you would know they're not talking about the same gods. And if you really pull it apart, you find out that the mother and the father are fighting against a son. They're fighting against a son. They're trying to reclaim something from a son. If you put it together, they're fighting against a son who's demanding blood sacrifices and causing genocides. Because the mother and the father did not want genocides or sacrificing blood. Only a god of war would want that. That was not the design. War was not the design. Forcing religion was not the design. Jesus the Christ did not want to be worshipped. He wanted to be followed. He did not want to be worshipped. He wanted to be followed. Follow me. I got to show you something. Follow me. Remember something. When he had come back, he said, don't bow to me. He did not like folks, do not bow to me. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because you're going to be just like me. I need you to follow my path, though. I need you to follow my path that I have laid out for you. Follow this. Follow the way of spirit. Trust me. Follow the way of spirit. the way of long suffering, of faithfulness, of wisdom, of knowledge, of compassion, of temperance, of follow the way that I'm telling you to do. Do not offer blood. Don't give me any of those things. I need you to be self-control, man. Follow me. Because there's going to be someone that comes after me that is greater, and greater works shall you do. And in the book of Thomas, when they worship, he said, don't worship me. Get up. I'm not your teacher. I'm not your teacher. I'm not your master. And when they ask you, who are you? Where do you come from? Yeshua said, tell them that we are children of the light and that we come from the light. Tell them that. Tell them that we come through the light. Lush Nail Lounge, Tucson, Arizona. Tell them where you come from the light. Tell them that. It's going to confuse them. And it did confuse the apostles because they did not come from the light. Tell them what I said to you. Remember that. Yeshua did not preach in a building. He was in nature. He was in the places where they would never go. They were not there at the crucifixion. They were hiding their faces away because they were afraid, right? But they were up in the upper room waiting for the promise of fire and to raise folks from the dead. Remember that. Remember that. Children of the light. We are children of the Spirit. And I was taught this, that we are spiritual beings having a fleshly human experience. That we are spiritual beings having a flesh human experience. That we are full of energy and those things will be returned. But when they return, we still stand. That sounds pretty fucking magical to me, damn it. And what's the requirement? What's the requirement, Yeshua? Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Love God. Love the light and the darkness, because they're both the same. Honor the Spirit. Honor them with your whole heart, your whole mind, your whole strength. That's it? Yeah. Yeah. That's it. Follow the ways of the Spirit. Following Yeshua is your choice. But eating the fruit, I follow Yeshua. That's your choice. Not Jesus. I said Yeshua. There's a difference. There's a difference. I honor the sacrifice. And I honor his resurrection. And I honor the resurrection. Because I'm waiting for something. Because he told us that we will not die. That we would mount up on wings as eagles and run and not be weary. We would walk and not faint. That we would be caught up in the air and that they would see it. And that death is only a part of it, hon. Don't fear death, my dear. That's another phase. That's another transition. When you exchange one for the other, honey, that I'm going to another plane. But I was told something different. I was told something different. That there'll be a new heaven and a new earth. A new heaven and a new earth. Boy. Boy. Every time I think about it, I just want to... Boy. A new heaven and a new earth at the same time. At the same time. That my descendants would be wealthy. That my descendants would be wealthy. There would be no sickness and disease in the city. That there be no sickness and disease in the city. But there would be no sickness and disease in the city. In the city. None. They'd all be wealthy. And they would wonder, where'd your wealth come from? Honey, well, I'm a child of the light. How'd you get it? Bending water, talking to animals. The lion and the lamb are laying down together. Oh my God. That you would no longer depend on the physical body because you would just exchange clothes. Oh my God, honey, listen, that's the kindest. Hey, would they believe in Buddhism? That you go throughout the wheel, and when you get to the highest part, then your cycle's done? Honey, I'm trying to get to the end of the wheel. Honey, listen, they say, we know what Hana's like? Hana is heaven, and it's like, heaven? You mean 77 virgins? You mean that it's done? It's done. It's done. It's done. We're done here. Wrap it up. Wrap it up. Well, where are the others? You have no memory of that. Huh? Where am I at? Wouldn't you like to know? They tell me in my faith that you will forget the sins of your youth. Honey, there's a lot of sin in my youth. Well, no, there's not, but I don't want to remember it. I'm going to forget it. Yeah, you too. No more genocide. No more ecocide. No more capitalism. Nope. I ain't got to work. Never again. Never again. Never again. Where all this money come from? Have you seen your account? There's $1 billion in there. Huh? Do you know where you are? Look around you. You thought it was a game? It's not a game, baby. You made it. You made it. And if the only thing I have to do is love God and love my neighbor like I love myself, because these two hang all the laws and commandments. Oh my God. That's it. That's it. That's the law. That's the law. That is the law. Who said that? Yeshua. If I love no more starvation, no more houses, no more erasure, because you're all doing the same thing. Colorful, bright, exuberant, you're all wearing jewels. Damn it. That's enough to keep a bitch going. I'll see how long you... Go ahead, I'll do it. What you want me to do? I want you to tell them that I said it. Gotcha. I got you. I got you. I want you to teach them how to love each other. I got you. I got you. I want you to dismantle patriarchy. I got you. I got you. I'll do it to the day I go. And when you catch my ass up, I hope they know how to do knotless braids. I hope they can do a twist out. Where's Shekinah at? Mother, you told me that I would not have to do this. Why am I taking my hair out? Huh? And if all I gotta do is love you, love me, love the planet, love them, that's easy. Love myself, because loving myself is loving them. Loving myself is loving them. Loving them is loving the planet. Loving the planet is loving. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, I can do that. That's easy. Make my hands not to hurt nobody. I got you. I'll never hurt you. That's it. I'll never use my hand to hurt you. I'll never vote against you. I'll never pollute your water because I love you. Your family's my family. My family are those that follow the Spirit. And I know that we are in times, in closing, I've been on here long enough. And I know that we're here in times that we don't understand. And it's terrifying. But many of us are not terrified. Cling to them. Find the ones that aren't terrified until you can get unterrified. Because, honey, I'm just watching this shit. I'm just watching it. I've been sleeping well because I'm united in a body. Honey, find your tribe. And they can guide you back to your spirit, babe. Because we're doing this together. Just watch. Watch and wait. Join your mutual aids. Feed some unhoused folks. Learn your human design. If you can't find it in your canon, go find it in Buddhism. Go find it. Go find your ground. Try the gym Monday, Wednesday, Friday until you can go. Drink more water. Honor your body. That is the first temple. Is your body. Love yourself, honey. Love other people. Take care of yourself and take care of other people. I will put this live on YouTube. If your hands can't help somebody, please don't use your hands to hurt them. If your hands can't help but to hurt them, please cut them bitches off. Because in this coming season, you're going to find something outside that's going to scare you to death. You're going to find lions that actually talk. Lions that actually have teeth. You may find them flying outside this time. And we will get that ass. We are defenders of humanity. We are the honorers of spirit. We honor the ones that came before us, the ones that sacrificed for us, the ones above us, the ones below us, and the ones that live within us. And we are not the ones to do it. We're not fucking around. Not this time. This is not 1776, son. It's 2024, and we know exactly what the fuck to do. We're waiting for you. You're not prepared for us. I will see you soon.